Hi everyone, it's Allie and welcome to my channel. Today is actually New Year's Eve. I'm doing this video a little bit last minute, but I thought it would be fun for me to put this up on New Year's Day and kind of give you a reflection of how my year went. Kind of the main goals I had, if I reached them, my big goals for this next year. And I did want to include too, since I'm coming up on 1 year of YouTube, I think next week is my 1 year anniversary. My advice for starting a YouTube channel, if I regret it, if I really like it, all that kind of stuff. And I'll make sure to put the times down below for each of those 3 things. So if you only want to watch one part of this video, that's fine. You can just like skip right to it and not have to listen to me talk about all this stuff. So looking back on this past year, I really don't want to focus on all these things that have been out of all of our control. I just want to talk about kind of my major goals for the year and how I went about reaching them and if I did reach them. I'm a huge goal setter. I'm a counselor by trade. I have a master's in counseling, so I feel like getting that degree only instilled that in me more. I'm always focused on setting goals and looking within myself and trying to improve. I'm really about that life and tracking what I've done. I feel like for me, I am very self-motivated, but I need to constantly be looking at something, whether that's like a vision board or a goal list or a to-do list, to help me stay focused, because I do have so many different things that I want to achieve in life, and I tend to get a little scatterbrained and I don't know where to start if I don't write everything down. So this past year, my main focus really was to build up this YouTube channel. I started on January 10th. That's when I put my first video out. It's not a good video, don't go watch it. I definitely have gotten a lot better, I think, at making videos over this past year. I really didn't know what to think about YouTube. I am not a super technologically savvy person. I was very nervous about like the editing and that whole side of this, and just criticism in general. And I'll talk more about that when I talk about like if you should start a YouTube channel. But my main goal with YouTube was just to post consistently and see what happens. Like I said, I really had no idea what to expect. So I'm really proud of myself because I have posted consistently. For the first few months, I just posted once a week. And then I moved into posting twice a week, and then I had the goal of completing every day of Vlogmas, and I did that. I'm really proud of all those videos. I did a lot of different stuff. I tried to be creative with what I could do at home, and that's just given me a lot of momentum into going into this new year. Another major goal I had was to become a Posh ambassador, which, if you don't know, that is connected with Poshmark. You have to be a seller, you have to get a certain number of sales, you have to have a certain number of good reviews, like minimum shipping days, things like that. It's not necessarily that hard if you're consistent with it, but that was one of my goals and I did reach that last month. So it just makes me like a more legit seller on Poshmark. And I didn't really focus that much over the last year on reselling. I just pretty much sold things that I had in my closet, but with this next year coming, I do want to focus a lot more on that and making a decent amount of money that I can put towards like trips or just like other fun things that we don't necessarily have room for in our budget. I also really wanted to open an Etsy tea shop, basically just selling tea related items on Etsy. And I did open that and I did make one sale, but honestly, I only put a few things up so far. I just really did get overwhelmed at the end of the year with Vlogmas and just like trying to keep this channel going. The channel really was my main focus. But with that being said, that is something I want to continue to grow in the next year as well. And I will say, I think building is the hardest part, just like opening your shop, starting your channel, doing all that. Just starting is the hardest part. Once you get like the ground level, it's so much easier to grow faster and continue building. So if there's anything that you want to do in this new year, I would recommend just starting. Don't get too overwhelmed by it, but just break it apart a little bit at a time and do what you need to do to just start. I did also want to publish 2 books this year. I ended up publishing 0, so that was kind of my big disappointment for the year. I do have 1 book that is nearing ready for publication. I still need to write a decent chunk of it, but I'm almost there. I definitely want to finish writing that within this month and then have that ready to be published in February. If you're curious about that, I did make a video a while ago about publishing through Amazon. That's what I've done. I have published 1 book so far that came out in 2019, August of 2019. So I'll have that link below. I always have that link below in my videos if you're curious in checking out my books and supporting me in that way. But overall, those were my main goals. Obviously, I did not anticipate in January how this year would go. So in many ways, I actually had a lot more time to work on these goals because I unfortunately was laid off twice. But we don't need to talk about that.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And I'm sure, like many of you, I went through periods of days and weeks where I just was extremely unmotivated this year and I struggled a lot. But for the most part, I'm really proud of myself for focusing on what I could do in the situation that I'm in. And I did accomplish a lot more than even the goals I set. Like Ryan and I were able to get a ton of home renovation stuff done that we honestly hadn't even planned that much for at the beginning of the year. I ended up losing like 30 pounds this year, which if you're curious about that, I will probably do a video when I get to my goal weight, which I'm hoping to get to in a couple months. So there were a lot of good things that came out of this year and the extra time that I did have. But talking about going into this next year, I do have a lot of big goals. And again, coming from my counselor's perspective, I decided to break my goals down even a little bit more this year by putting them into different categories. So I use a bullet journal notebook. I'm not really that into like all the beautiful little banners and stuff you can do artistically with this, but I like having one of these notebooks with all of my like general to-do lists. So I have like my morning routine schedule in here, my evening routine, YouTube ideas, all that kind of stuff, budget for the year. But anyway, I broke down my main goals into 8 categories, and those are intellectual, emotional, spiritual, environmental, financial, occupational, social, and physical. So I tried to pick out like my top 3 goals for each of those, and I actually did have a hard time with that. But I figured I would just kind of go through them quickly with you guys, maybe give you some ideas, and I'll have these categories linked down below. So if you want to start the new year fresh, all focused up, you can do that. So my intellectual goals are to read 1 book a week. I am a big reader, but it's something that unfortunately I haven't been doing a lot of, mainly because I just got out of Vlogmas, but also just because it requires effort more than like watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever, and I just really want to get back into reading a lot. So reading 1 book a week, and I want one of those books to be some kind of like self-help, professional development books, because I have a hard time reading those. I just like always want to read fiction, but I do want to use that time reading to like better myself. I also want to complete daily Duolingo, which if you don't know, it's just a free app where you can do lessons in different languages. I did do a lot of the Spanish. I was really good about it at the beginning of this year, then I fell off. So I want to get into that again. And this is kind of random, but I want to become a certified personal trainer by the end of the year. I bought all the books to study for the test a couple years ago when I wasn't really sure which direction my life would take. And honestly, I don't want to become a personal trainer at all necessarily. We'll see, maybe I'll change my mind one day. I just want to get that certification more to better myself. And like I said, because I already spent the money on the books, I figure might as well do it. And I think it's good to kind of like constantly be studying for something, and I haven't really had to do that for a couple years. So I just want to get back into it. Then emotional goals, I pretty much have more than 3. There's always a lot of stuff I can do to work on myself emotionally. But I am someone who definitely struggles a lot with self-confidence and self-esteem and just being a perfectionist and all of that. I've gotten a lot better over the last few years, I think, but that is truly because I work on it constantly. So one thing that I want to incorporate is daily mantras, and that's basically just reading statements to yourself every day, like I am a confident person, I am capable, I am lovable, all that kind of stuff. And you might not really believe in all of that, but there is a lot of power in saying things like that to yourself. It really does fight that negative self-talk that a lot of us struggle with. I definitely struggle with. And it's just a habit. Over time, you start to actually believe those things. I also want to start a gratitude journal. I've tried to be pretty good about when I wake up thinking about what I'm grateful for, and when I go to bed thinking about what I'm grateful for. But honestly, a lot of times I don't. And like I said, I'm just thinking about it. So I think it would be better for me and for a lot of people if I just woke up and wrote stuff down, like maybe 3 things every morning and then 3 things every evening. And that way I can look back to, if I am like in a not good mental state, I can look at those lists and kind of like get myself back into a proper perspective. So then spiritual goals, I am a religious person. I am a Catholic Christian. That's how I identify. I take it very seriously. I try to make it the most important thing in my life all the time. It's something that I'm continually working on for sure. I would like to start going to daily mass one time during the week, so maybe like going on a Wednesday in addition to Sunday, because I just find that that's a really good reset for me, and if I go more often, I'll just be all the better for it. I also want to go spend an hour in adoration once a week, and if you're not Catholic, that's basically just going to the church and being with God in that environment for an hour a week or however much time you can spend, but usually it's like an hour. So I want to incorporate that into my weekly schedule. And I also want to pray the rosary every day. It's something that I really love doing, but often gets pushed off my list. So I want to make that a solid part of my morning routine. And it only takes about 15 minutes, and it really, like the other things, helps just really reset me. So that's something I'm kind of trying to make a non-negotiable in my everyday routine. My environmental goals, I definitely could be a lot better, but I try my best to do what I can to help the environment. But one of my main goals, you guys might think I'm like dumb, is just to shut off lights. Ryan and I are both really bad about just like leaving lights on even when we're not in a room. So I really want to get a lot better about only having the lights on in the room that I'm in. We also do both drink out of water bottles, like the plastic ones. So I really want to get out of the habit of that and use like one of the literal 10 water bottles that we have instead of just drinking out of plastic bottles, because I know is bad. I'm trying not to do it. And also just generally decluttering. You guys know I'm thrifty. You guys know I try not to have like a bunch of stuff, but I definitely still have a lot of room to grow in that area. And I'm really on a mission to totally being a lot more of a minimalist and decluttering everything in our house. So you guys will see more of those videos coming up. So hopefully you like that kind of stuff. And then financial goals, I won't be too specific. I'm being specific with myself, like Ryan and I have talked about specific numbers. But with you guys, I'll just say I want to save a certain amount of money, and we want to pay off all of our cards this year, which I won't say how much that is, but it's not too unreasonable. And then we did create a budget. We've worked really hard over the last month or so to create a pretty realistic budget for ourselves. And so I want to stick to that budget at least 10 out of 12 months. So those are our big financial goals. Then occupational, I had a hard time like coming up with my top 3 because I probably have like 10 minimum. But my main thing is I want to publish 2 books. Like I said, I kind of pushed my writing on the back burner this past year, and honestly that is kind of like my #1 passion. So I want to bring that to the forefront. I want to publish at least 2. Like I said, I'll probably get 1 published in February, and then I'm hoping for at least 1 more, maybe the end of summer, and then potentially even another book. We'll see. I don't want to get too crazy, but I definitely want to do 2. And I also have big YouTube plans, not necessarily with this channel. I feel like I'm in a good groove with this channel. I'm only altering things slightly. So if you've been watching me for a while, like sometimes I put vlogs up, sometimes I put more structured videos. But this year I want to do like every Friday is a more structured video, and then every Monday is like a weekly vlog, or at least a couple day vlog. So that will be a more consistent pattern for you guys. So if you like vlogs, look for my Monday videos. If you like more structured videos on thrifting and lifestyle and just that kind of stuff in general, that will be Friday. But I also am going to be starting an ASMR channel. Ryan convinced me to do it. I'm going to be reading like some of the classic books. So if you're into that, I'll let you know when that comes out, probably just in the next couple weeks. Totally get it if you're not into it. Honestly, I don't like listening to it myself, so totally understand. But I just thought I'd put that out there that that is something I will be starting. And then I'm also going to be starting another channel where I'm going to be doing like seasons. So I'll do a season starting in February. It'll be like February, March, and then I think July, August, and then October, November. And what I'm going to be doing is in each episode, I'm going to be going around to an old house in Ohio and talking about the history of the house, the people who live there, the town that it's in. I'm a weird nerd for old houses, so if you like that kind of stuff, again, I will let you know when that is starting, but it should be like that second week in February, I believe is my tentative start date for that. And then my third big goal for this year is to start a podcast with Ryan. And if you are someone that I know personally, you guys are probably like, yeah, freaking right. You've been talking about it forever. Ryan and I have seriously been talking about starting a podcast for probably at least 2 years. And it's just the thing that always gets pushed to the side because it does cost a little bit to get everything you need to do it, especially because we plan on doing it with 4 people. In the podcast, which is called Mushy Gushy, Ryan and I will be talking to different couples about different topics related to relationships, not always romantic relationships, but just relationships in general, and I'm super excited about that. I can't really say when that will come. I'm praying by the end of spring. I have everything planned. It's just, like I said, it does cost some money to get that kind of stuff going. So hopefully like my Poshmark closet and my Etsy will get some good sales this year and I can put some of that money towards the podcast because I really, really do not want to go another year without getting that started. All right, I'm really blabbing a lot, so we'll get going. So my social goals, this is more related to like community service, not like me going out and having a great time socially. Like I said, I do volunteer with my youth group. Ryan and I are both adult leaders in our high school youth group, and that meets once a week, sometimes twice a week. So that is like a somewhat hefty commitment. But I also want to do at least one more volunteer opportunity a month, whether that be like going to volunteer at the soup kitchen or a local community food bank, anything like that. I just really want to like go spend a Saturday helping my community in some way every single month. Ryan and I also have a plan to increase our donation to charity, just kind of a general thing. And this is kind of a weird thing, and let me know if you think this is nuts, but I want to just like write letters to random people. Like I just want to write kind of like a general positive letter and then just find a random address and send it there. I don't know if that's nuts, let me know. But I just thought that would be kind of fun to do, and I like the idea of someone getting a letter and them having no idea who it's from, like me just signing it, a friend, or like someone who cares about you, something like that. I don't know. And then lastly, my physical goals for the year. I do have some hefty goals. As I said, I did lose a fair amount of weight this last year, and I still have a little bit to get off for sure for where I think I'll be most healthy. But I really just want to get jacked. So it's hard to say like I want to be a specific weight because I am definitely like a dense person, especially when I'm really muscular. I just tend to weigh a lot. So I'm trying not to focus too much on the scale this year, but I want to get in a good workout schedule of 5 times a week. I want to go on daily walks, and the thing I suck at more than anything is drinking enough water. So that's something that is huge on my list. I'm just gonna have like a little check mark every day and be like, did I get my 8 glasses of water? Yes or no? I'm really gonna focus on that a lot. But those are my main goals for the year. I know it's a lot, but like I said, I think it is important to write it all down and reflect on what you want to accomplish for the year at the beginning of the year. So it's not July and you say, oh, what the heck have I done? I better start to figure something out. And honestly, guys, we have no idea what this year will bring. A lot of people are saying like, oh, thank God 2020 is over. But honestly, 2021 could be just as bad, like across the world. We have no idea when we're all gonna be able to be vaccinated. We just don't know, but we don't need to freak out about it, okay? We just do what we can do in these situations. And you know, especially if you don't feel like you did use your time to the best of your ability last year, don't let that happen again. Just really take the horse by the reins and do what you can do to better your life without waiting for the world to go back to normal. So if you need some tough love, I'll give it to you. Okay, so now that we talked about the goals, which took longer than I thought, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say real quick what I thought of my first year of YouTube. We're almost there. January 10th is the anniversary. Would I do it again? What's my major recommendation? Honestly, my biggest advice is if you want to start a YouTube channel at all, even if you want to start a channel like just kind of maybe thinking about it, just do it. Just use your phone. For the longest time, I didn't start. I've wanted to start a channel for years. One, I didn't start because I didn't have enough confidence in myself, so that did just take time for me to build up. And I just thought I had to have all this fancy equipment. And it does make your videos nicer, of course, if you have like nicer equipment. But just start, because it's gonna take you some time to really get into a good rhythm and get better at editing, unless like that's your job now. It just takes time. So just get out there, just start doing it, film on your phone, use free editing software. I still use free editing software, and just upload it, because that's the one thing that I wish I would have done, is start this when I really wanted to, which was, as I said, a few years ago. I would also recommend that you don't come into YouTube saying, I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by this date, because honestly, that is something that I did. I think it's kind of hard not to, unless you're like really trying not to think about it. But that's something that you really can't control. I'm really proud of my consistency with YouTube over the last year. I really only missed a couple uploads, and for most of those uploads that I missed, it was for things outside of my control, like my computer died or I got sick or something like that. So I'm really proud of that consistency. With that being said, you guys know I'm not even close to 1,000 subscribers right now, and that's okay. Like, I can't control what YouTube pushes. I can't even pretend to understand how the algorithm works and how some people can get 500,000 subscribers in 6 months and other people struggle to get 1,000 in years. You have to come into YouTube not doing it for the money, because if you're only doing it for the money, like, you will give up in weeks, like, honestly, because it is a lot of work. Each video that I put out takes anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, I would say, from start to finish. It just depends, but that's just like an average. So if you're not willing to do that for free for who knows how long amount of time, you're not gonna stick with it. But if you do it because you like putting the content out there, you like creating videos, you like editing, all that kind of stuff, it's really no big deal. And that's kind of how I feel. I love making videos, one, for the creativity of it, but also gives me a way to connect with my family and friends who are not with me all the time, because they watch my videos and they feel like we're hanging out, and that's awesome. And I've already met people from different parts of the world just from my very small platform on YouTube, and I think that's just like the freaking coolest thing ever. And I'm super excited to see how this channel grows. But my main advice really would be to do it for fun, and don't have too high of expectations of when you can start making money with it, because like I said, you just can't control that at all. And if you're thinking, oh, the market's oversaturated, blah, 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 whatever. One, there's someone that I follow who got 600,000 subscribers literally in 5 months. And she started this year. So some people really do still blow up that quickly. And it also goes back to do it for fun. I think it does take people on average longer to get big in this day and age, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That doesn't mean it's not worth doing. At least try it if you want to. And then if you end up hating this whole process, you don't have to do it anymore. Like, no one is making you do it, but I would encourage you to try. Okay, sorry guys, I know this is a very long, very chatty video, but hopefully it helped you in some way. Let me know down below, what are some of your big goals for this year? I'm curious. And let me know too if you do tend to break your goals down into different sections, how that works for you. What's your main way of keeping track of your success? I always love to hear other people's tips too. If you like this video, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help my channel out a lot. Like I said, I don't really know how this algorithm works, but I know that that is important. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!